we want this, if we need this, then let's lay it on the line. Let's settle down, let's try to talk it out. Let's figure out what all the fuss about. You had your turn, now it's mine. I never heard time and time.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Lay It On The Line. It's your girl Jamila.
And Nene Divine.
And before we get started, y'all know what to do. Make sure that you hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
Also, make sure you're following us on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yes. So, first, I want to know, did you get a chance to watch the Netflix special, Polygamist?
I did.
We got to discuss. We have to discuss. Now, what I'm going to say is when I first started watching it, I couldn't get into it. It was like the words not matching their lips, the accent, and I just shut it down. Then one of my clients was like, nah, girl, you got to get past all of that and start watching. I said, okay, I'm going to give it another shot. And I was doing hair, listening, and then I caught myself like, hold on. It just started reeling me in. What's your take?
I enjoyed it. I think I already had the heads up on the lip thing.
Yeah.
But that's not a thing, because I've watched some of those type of movies before. I think like people in African movies, so it ain't really throw me too much. But I liked it. I have to say that I liked it.
Okay, so let's talk about Jonas. Jonas was the main character. He was I can't even say that he was self-made, because didn't he come up off of the wife's dad business, and they kind of went into business together. But it kind of threw me in the beginning because he was already in a relationship with the other girl, and she's basically saying, well, no, you promised me that we would have this 20-year. So from what I saw, it seemed like they didn't have any marital problems from the wife's perspective until he started sleeping with the lady that worked at the job.
Right. However, you got to also realize that he'd been lying from the jump.
Right, but she didn't know that. So
the wife didn't know.
The wife's
but
point of view
knew.
Well, and I want to talk about her too. Okay, so Jonas had a wife. He had another wife, and he had
a third wife.
Third wife, which is the one that had the twins, and then the little girl. Okay, so from the beginning, he got with Essie. He was getting beat up. He was getting bullied. He was a little punk, little boy, or whatever. And then Essie came. She rescued him, and then they started. One thing I could say, he was good at some point to his women. Like everything.
No, he was never.
Well, everything he promised them, he got them. Like Essie, he told her, I was gonna get you this red BMW, and I'm gonna get you a 2-story house. He got her that. Now he lied about telling the other woman about her, but he was coming over there doing everything she allowed him to do. Only thing is, the daughter wanted to be known, but Essie never really required nothing from him.
Because Essie was a side chick from the very beginning. When you think about it, when you go back and look, in the beginning of the movie, he had another girlfriend when he was still messing with Essie. Essie was just a friend.
So what do you think made Essie give him money to help him get out the ghetto?
Because she'd been liking him, and when they started liking each other, then that was her thing. So honestly, I feel like she didn't get her props at all. She got the very short end of the stick in that particular case, because she gave him his money to go to college. She waited on him for years, and he never came back. He went in. The same thing that we talk about all the time as women. You go help this man, you go boost him up, you help him get through school, you help him do these different things, and what he do? He shit on you.
I don't see it like he did that. Because Essie didn't really require much. She was a simple side chick. So she gave him the money so that he can go out and start his, get his career, because he was in school. He needed money for school because his dad was a drunk and pissed away the money, right? He met the new wife while he was out there, who had her own money. So they came up together. Right. Essie had nothing to come up from because she gave it to him.
She didn't. She gave it to him. But he was supposed to come back for her.
He did come back for her.
No. He got married first.
He did.
And then he came back for her.
Well, he never said that he wasn't going to marry nobody else. He was a man of his word. He came back. He promised her that house. He got her the 2-story house. He paid all her bills for her. He took care of her. He got her the car that she wanted. Even when she got pregnant and they was in the store and he was, with her, and the other wife,
the
first wife came back, saw them or whatever, she could have stopped it right then and there. Like, no, this is your baby. Like, don't say I'm your brother's wife. Had she not kept her mouth closed, then they could have prevented a lot of stuff going down the line.
That's true.
But she accepted it.
That stuff. She did. She accepted it, which I think was, when I seen that, I was like, no, we would have acted a fool.
And I think that she felt like, well, he's rich. In her mind, they lived in the poor, lowest parts of the hood. I'd rather just be quiet because he gonna keep coming back and he's still gonna take care of me. So she got what she wanted. He upgraded her life from where she was at, and I think that's what kept her quiet for all those years. But could you have kept this secret because your baby daddy ended up being rich, but he's only rich when he's with the other woman?
Well, you're not only rich. Remember, the wife leveled him up. Mm-hmm. Like, she was class. Mm-hmm. So that's where he got his class from. That's where he got, his name from. Mm-hmm. Is because his wife taught him that. Mm-hmm. That's where they came from. Mm-hmm. He was from where Essie was from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all come up out the hood. So yes, you can have somebody that helped build you up. But it still didn't take away the hood in you. You were still a ghetto. When you look at it, you look at what you do, everything that he did was still ghetto. The women, the way you handle women, the way you talk to women, everything you did was still ghetto.
Until the end, when the girl took his money, I didn't see that he was doing all those things. Like, I had no idea that I was shocked to see that he was knocking Essie down. Like, I never even thought that they was going at it. I thought the brother was really the husband and he was just cheating on his wife or whatever. But up until the third wife took his money or whatever, like, I never really saw him being a bad person outside of being a cheater.
I did when he said, "Who you talking to like that?"
Well, yeah, he did seem kind of controlling. Several times because he did that to the third wife too.
He did it several times to both of them, and
like, you don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, like, who you talking to like that? And my thing is, and again, I'm a very submissive woman, but you're not gonna. I'm the same. You're not gonna, as your wife, you're not gonna talk to me like that. And that was a thing, because if we having a conversation and I say you wrong or something, and you look at me and say, "Who you talking to?" You're wrong.
But the main wife, she didn't care that he said those things because she got right back at him. And that's what made me think, like, he's never abused her. He's never got up in her face and being disrespectful, because she was just like, yeah, like, she never backed down to him. But I just wondered, like, why was it so important for her to save face and be in that marriage knowing that he was cheating, knowing that he had another kid? Like, she really tried to save face.
She had a lot to lose. Her career.
From being an ambassador.
She had a lot to lose. Her career was on the line. They had a business that was a joint business with the two of them. There was a lot to lose. And I think when she finally signed the divorce, I think at some point it clicked to him that he got a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? So he never filed the divorce. Now, that's what I was waiting on. I was waiting to see something with that divorce happen, and it never did. So
no,
I think
he came back, because remember when they did the 20-year anniversary party, they were still kind of bickering at that time, but then he came back and made it seem like he wanted to work it out. He ended up moving back in the house.
He fell in love.
He started being distant with the second wife, but he was still a liar. You left, you went over to the other girl house, you pursued her. Like, of course. And I don't feel sorry. Let's move around different characters. I don't feel sorry for the last wife, the one that had the twins, because she knowingly went into that business trying to seduce that man, knowing he was married. So she got everything she asked for. Now, he probably handled her rougher than the other ones, though.
Yeah, even with that being the case, I watched her at the end hide her hand. Like, when he abused her, before he abused her, after she had the kids, she went and told his wife, was like, I didn't look for him to do this, or I didn't ask for him to fall in love, or this. No, you literally did. You went in and you pursued a married man. You knew it was married. So everything that you got, you went and looked for. Yeah. You knew he was a type of person, a particular type anyway, when you first went and approached him. Like,
yeah,
you
they
had
slept
all
together on
intentions.
the first interaction.
You had all bad intentions. So yeah, I believe strongly. I feel like she had no accountability. Yeah. She didn't hold herself accountable, and he didn't. She literally got away scot-free with the accountability. She walked away and left her kids, abandoned her kids. When I say no accountability whatsoever, not on the pursuing a married man, you didn't have kids for a married man, you walked away from your kids and left them.
And she didn't even leave them with the man. She left them with the man's wife.
Yep.
So, with her, I feel like she got her karma because she went in knowing that he was in a relationship with somebody else. But then she was like, oh, well, we should get a bigger house. And I think we talked about that last week. She was like, we should get a bigger house so that the kids can have their own room. Like, you were planning to steal this man from this woman. And she thought that the grass was really green on the other side. But I'm like, how much money do they really have? Because she stayed in that house. She never left. Like, she stayed in that house up until she tried to steal his money and he beat her tail or whatever. But I saw that he was a dog. I wish Miles was here so that he can answer this question, because what really had my mind going was, okay, you got busted. They know about each other. Your wife come up with a solution that can save face for her, and you can still pursue this woman. So now you have permission to be with your side chick, and I'm still dealing with you. And then he go out and go sleep with the little girl. How come?
It's never enough. It's never enough. It was never enough for him. Even nothing was ever enough. You up to what, 5? Was it 5? Was it 4 or 5?
Okay, so you got the wife with the kid that he is a secret. Mm-hmm. You have the wife that he lived with, that's the main wife. You have the side chick that had the twins. And then you got the little girl that is your daughter's best friend. Mm-hmm. And then this random woman just come to your house, knock on the door, looking for your ex-wife that you done beat up that ran away, and you just welcome her in the house and knock her down, shoot up the club, raw dog, whatever you want to call it, and then you still go be with the little girl.
Yeah, all of that's we're talking about 5 women. 5 different women, and you
all at the same time,
and then you catch an STD, and then y'all all looking at each other like, wait, what's
they know
going
where
on
it came from?
Of course. I mean, and then when they found out, it was like, I was disappointed with the son, because you don't sit up here and watch about 4 different people, 3 people talking about they didn't got an STD from this one girl, and you're gonna go knock her down too. I think that was crazy.
So they all knew that the STD came from the girl.
The little girl.
So
the young girl.
It was some comments that I was reading in a Facebook group about this show. And they were saying how they didn't think that it was realistic because he died like too quick. Now, I don't know how fast the HIV virus spread to the AIDS. And then they say like the AIDS makes your body shut down, and that's how people usually die. I don't know how the time frame, but everybody was taking their medicine when they had the STI except for him. And they were saying that she knew that he wasn't going to take his medicine. The girl was taking her medicine and she looked like she was fine. However, if you know that your dad has a disease that he's dying from, that he got from sex, you know that this girl is sleeping with him. She lives in a house with him. Why would you go and have unprotected sex with this girl?
I don't think everybody knew that he had the letters. I think everybody know that he had the STI, but I don't think everybody knew about what killed him.
What do they think? What sickness do they think that he had?
But again, nobody ever announced it. So the wife definitely knew, of course.
And she gonna get her karma because now your son finna come back with it. But the girl was taking medicine past the STI situation. So she had to have known, and like we know the symptoms. You know when you see somebody that looked like that, how he was looking, he was losing weight, he had the sores in his face, he was coughing, he had pneumonia or whatever, like those are telltale signs. And I just feel like because they know like, oh, well, you could just take this medicine and it can make you better. Everybody, well, not everybody, but the girl, I think because the girl was taking her medicine, that's why she had no symptoms. But it's just normal. Like if you're sick, you take medicine for it. It's going to treat it or it's going to cure it. Either or. You looking at your daddy. You see that he is deteriorating. however progressive it is, and he's with this young lady, why would you be comfortable? Like, you hate your daddy that much that you would go behind him and sleep with a girl that he's sleeping with, that you know gave him an STD, that gave your mama and your stepmama and your other stepmama an STD. But the disrespect to have sex with her at your daddy's funeral with no, I mean, he could have put on a condom, but I didn't see they was already,
of
you
course
know,
they
going at
didn't
it.
show, yeah,
Do you
they
think
didn't
he
show
used
that.
a condom, or is he just like daddy, chip off your block?
I don't think, because you can tell he was also just
Infatuated
doing it, because remember there was an elevator scene.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
He ain't put no
with
condom
somebody
on.
else. So yeah, we know he was definitely a chip off the old block.
Yeah, and the mom was like so vengeful, you know, like, my son ain't gonna, like, that was so epic at the very end when she was telling him in the bed how, yeah, your son just pretending that he is getting close to you because he wants you to leave everything to him, because he had left everything to the girl, put the house in
He didn't
the
leave
girl
everything.
name.
He just put the house in
Well,
the
that
girl
was
name.
enough to trigger that wife to have a son, you know, play him or whatever. But I think what really bothered me the most about him, because at the end of the day, the women allowed it. You found out, the wife found out multiple times that her husband was cheating on her, and she still took him back. So therefore, I can't feel sorry for you, because you knew what he was doing and you still kept yourself in that situation for whatever reason, financial reasons, for to save your face. My issue was that one daughter, she didn't ask to be here, and all she wanted was her dad to acknowledge. And I think that sometimes parents don't realize how their children are affected by the dad or the mom, either parent, not being in their life. Y'all already keeping a secret, you know, but he never spent time. Like, you could have spent dinner, had lunch with that girl. He didn't have lunch with her. He didn't acknowledge her at all. Kept her secret the whole time, and then here she is with this displaced need for affection, and the man that's been raising her as a daughter, which is her biological uncle, she tried to kiss him just because he's showing her love, but he's showing her innocent love, and she just read it as something different.
Yeah, I don't feel like the reading different. I feel like she's adapted the mind frame that's what gets attention
From the men.
From the men, because she sees this, and she done seen the friend. She done seen the new, you know, the second wife.
Yeah.
She done seen, you know, all of these different things that he just does that's getting attention. Maybe it's like, hey, you know, this is how I get attention from the men, is because this is what I've been seeing. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think she just adapted that. And of course, even with her mom, you know your daddy's still coming over knocking your mama down. So how do you get attention? Maybe I just need this addition. Maybe I got to do something strange.
Yeah.
You know, to get the attention that I need, because I'm over here and nobody paying attention to me.
Yeah, nobody was paying her attention.
Yeah.
I didn't like that she was so jealous and envious of her siblings, you know, like how she took the phone. But I kind of blame the mom in this situation, because Jonas was going to give them anything that they asked for. And the dad, which was supposed to be her husband, the brother or whatever, you at the company with your brother. So it's not like you're poor. You could have treated the little girl as if, like, or Jonas could have bought his daughter things and just said that her daddy did it. Her mom, I think, wanted to humble her and keep her on a certain level, because she was kind of like from the hood. She's used to not having things. So I think she's just more so, I'm just grateful for what I can get because I come from nothing.
Yeah.
Versus the other wife, I come from upscale family. We're used to having things. So I'm going to give these things to my kids. Those kids get it and don't think nothing of it, because, you know, Jonas spoiled them.
Yeah.
Well, he don't spoil them, but he allowed them to have the things
whatever
that
they want.
want.
Yeah. I just, and a lot of particular situations, like with this whole thing, I watch the kids, and you watch how the oldest daughter, how she switched up, and paying attention to women or wives, and, you know, when you raising daughters, and what type of stuff you deal with, and how your kids see that. Because she was like, no, he walked out on us. Why you keep taking him back? Why do you let him treat you that way? You know, those type of things. It's like, people don't realize that your kids see what they see, or how they feel, how it's affecting, you know, how it's received. So a lot of people probably need to just go back to having conversations. And I know, like, when we grew up, we was like, we're not having those type of conversations. I'm grown. You're gonna deal with whatever decision that I make. But I think we've bypassed that time, and as children, it affects your life in a way. And I think there should be some safe space where we are able to sit down and have conversations with our kid. Well, how do you feel about this, or how do you feel this? Does this person make you comfortable?
Yeah.
And know when that you raise with a child is going to be honest and not deceptive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So that made me think about when I was young. When we were young. You remember how they tell you don't sit on no man's lap.
Yep.
Or children don't need to be in a room when adults are talking. And I believe that the reason that children aren't allowed to be in a room when adults are talking because it'll expose them to too much that they're not ready for.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I used to hear people say, well, you don't let another woman cook in your kitchen, or the girls shouldn't walk around the house in their pajamas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one scene that kind of made me feel away was when they threw the party when the parents was out of town, right?
She came to church.
She was up there and she was like dancing on the table or whatever, and Jonas, old doggish behind, he in there, and he just like looking, and he's looking at her body, and then they go back down the line, they come back and they show like when she first caught his attention. Mm-hmm. This girl is the same age as his daughter. Mm-hmm. Yes, she's promiscuous. She's looking for a reason to get up out the hood or whatever, but that's another reason why parents need to be careful about who house they send their kids to, because that woman never thought that her husband would be looking at her daughter's friend or whatever. Or even just like with young girls or young ladies, when you have your friends over, like you just never know. You won't think that your friend gonna be looking at your daddy, but if they don't have a daddy at home, or if they've never experienced love from a parent, they might assume or feel like the daddy love that the man is giving his daughter friend is inappropriate. Now, Jonas behind was all the way inappropriate.
Yeah, of course.
But in some cases, it could be like how the cousin sister was, thinking that, oh, he's being nice to me, let me go on and give him a kiss. That displacement. But I can see now like why people be like, nope, ain't no friends coming over here because I got a man at my house.
Of course.
When my son was younger, he had siblings that want to come over, but I wouldn't allow the girls to come over because ain't no little girls over here.
Yeah.
And I don't need nobody saying anything.
Yeah.
No, I just don't want nothing to be nothing. Little girls don't need to be in rooms or around boys, whether they your brother, cousin, uncle, friend. Mm-hmm. That's just me. But no, you're not finna go over nobody's house because I don't know that man. I don't know who she married to. I don't know what they got going on.
Yeah, I think that's you have to be more involved with getting to know where your kids are going. You know what I'm saying? And the people that they're involved, or the people that they're going to be around. Because of course, when my older kids was younger, I didn't like it. Y'all couldn't spend the night. Mm-hmm. Now Mina has a friend that they've been friends since for quite a few years, and I've met mom and dad, and it's like, okay,
you get a good vibe.
I get a good vibe, and so I let her go there. Now, of course, the same, her daughters for the first time come to my house, but I don't have a man. Yeah. But in my mind, I know how uncomfortable it would be for somebody to be like, hey, my child is going over somewhere, but there's no man at my house. Mm-hmm. And even if it was, I'm not going to be with somebody that I feel like you make me feel, because if you make me feel uncomfortable in any type of way,
definitely not sending your child over there.
I'm not sending my child over there, and not even that I'm not bringing another child in my house if I feel like your energy off.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be with you, period. But if you do anything to make me feel like I need to question something you do, we don't need to talk.
I just don't like the situation, not like I don't trust my man or I don't trust my son, but I have a 23-year-old son. You bringing friends over, which he don't bring nobody over, but like let's just say you bringing friends over. I have a man that's here. We not leaving nobody unattended, because you could be mad at him and then try to say that my man did something to you, and that's why back in the day, you hear women be like, you don't need to have women around your man. Not so much that you don't trust your man, you just don't put nobody in that type of situation. Mm-hmm. And the fact that this girl was at her friend's house, and this girl is just She don't care. She didn't care about nobody. She didn't care about her boyfriend that she had. She didn't care about the relationship she had with her friend. She didn't care about the man relationship with his wife. She was just all about what she can get. You know, he was introducing her, and he was a pervert from the beginning because he knew that he was rich. He knew that she was like his second wife. Come from the hood, didn't have nothing. As a rich established man, all they have to do is like, let me take you to a fancy restaurant. Let me buy you this expensive dress. And now I got you eating out my hands.
Yeah.
Now, I read somewhere in the comments, they were saying, do you think that Jonas drugged her or did something to her? Forget the girl name, but the girl. Because she had that miscarriage in the bed, remember?
No.
You don't remember the miscarriage?
I do remember. I don't think he drugged her. I don't think he did anything to her.
She just had the miscarriage.
I think that was her karma.
Well, she did get him the STI, so she probably was just riding on the inside.
And she probably, that's probably what happened to her, that particular situation, the STI. So, I mean, of course, if you get that STI and you're pregnant, it could cause you to having a miscarriage. Yeah. So she probably just was, like you say, rotting on the insides. But everybody else was doing the same thing because both of the wives was having similar symptoms because remember, one of the other wives thought she was pregnant at one point and wasn't. Yeah. But they were all having, similar symptoms. She just so happened to get it and it took the baby.
So let's talk about the wife. Remember, she went to the hospital and she was like, I cannot let this man get me pregnant again. She ain't about to have her tube side and find out that wife number 3 around the corner having twins. Girl, what would you do if you in the hospital and then the doctor be like, oh, we busy, we got such and such around the corner, and ain't nobody else with that last name in your area, and you walk in there see your husband holding this baby with his side chick?
I don't know. I think the adult version, the grown version of me would have just been sitting there like, oh yeah,
the adult grown version.
Yeah, I think the me now would have just been like, congratulations. When you finish, come get your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come get your shit. But the 20, 30-year-old me, I would have been in jail. I would have set this bitch off. I would have tore it up in that boy. But, I mean, she handled it like a G. I mean,
the way she spent the story.
She burnt off. Of course, she was hurt. And I understand the pain behind it. But like I say, me now is just like handle it like a G because it ain't worth it. But seriously, he got his in the end because all of the stuff, I ain't no telling because he had put her through a lot. Because you sitting up here with me every day talking about you not talking to her no more. That relationship is over. And the whole time you've been over here for the last 9 months or 9+ months.
Yeah, sometimes cheating. By.
You know what I'm saying? Still with the same person. So I would have definitely felt some type of way.
But when she found out the first and second, third time, like all those times that she found out about her cheating husband, her lying husband, her manipulative husband, she still tried to figure out a way to make it seem like they were still together.
I didn't get that part.
She did.
But we gotta also realize it's a different culture.
Well, that too.
I think what a lot of even those that come from there to here to America, that's one thing that all of us Black American women, when dating somebody that's African or that's coming from that culture, we already have it in the back of our heads that they used to having multiple wives.
So could you, Miss Ine Devon? No. I didn't even get to finish.
I don't even give a damn. I don't give a damn. No. Hell no. No.
Okay. What was
the question? So I can answer it properly.
Okay. Miss Ine, would you ever consider a poly relationship?
Absolutely not.
Even if the man was rich?
I wouldn't give 2 fucks.
Even if they have different houses?
Absolutely not. No. Let me tell you something. I won't lie to nobody. I don't like to share. I don't care how much money you have.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't date I've never attempted to date I don't date celebrities. Let me not say because Anyway, I don't date celebrities. In my today grown, yeah. I don't do celebrities. I don't do basketball players. I don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when me and my ex-husband, when we first started to get back together, he wanted to do some. I want to say he wanted to get into music.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not doing it. You can tap out now.
Because at the music they want to be in a studio all day long.
I'm tapping out on that. You know what I'm saying? It's just some stuff that I'm not gonna do, and I know what comes along with the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So because I know what comes along with the lifestyle, and I know me, there's nothing in my DNA that says it's okay to share.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So I'm not doing it. I wouldn't care how much money you have. Mm-hmm. You can pay that in child support. I'm good. You can pay that in alimony. I'm okay with that too. But you're not supposed to pay me to stay and watch you play house with somebody else.
Mm-hmm. So out of all the characters on the show, who do you think had it the hardest? Children included.
I still say Joyce, the wife. I definitely say that because for one, you can only imagine the mental issues that she had dealing with all of that. Yeah. You got to worry about your career. Mm-hmm. You also have part in the business that your husband is in. Mm-hmm. You have to worry about what it comes with him being at the level he is in life when having money. Like, you got to worry about that. Then you got to worry about the cheating. Mm-hmm. Now you done had a baby and you got to lie about the baby, along with still at the same time trying to keep your image, you know, in the process of losing your job and, you know, all of these different things. And then you got to worry about some more kids, mm-hmm. and then another wife, and then another kid, like,
and then the best friend daughter.
And then the best friend daughter. And I have to say, when I found that last episode and I figured out what she did, get it. I feel like he deserved every bit of it. And I still say she handled it like a G.
She definitely handled it like a G. But if I had to say who had the hardest experience, I'm going to go with the brother.
Because he couldn't live his life.
He definitely could not live his life. And from the start, I think he felt like he owed his brother something. Because the brother was the one that found a way out. And he's there. I got to pretend that I'm married to your side chick. I have to pretend that those are my kids. I had a woman that I liked and you stole her from me. Even when everything blew up in their face, you kicked your brother to the curb to where he wouldn't have had nothing. Then he finally get to go get a piece of his life, and then you draw him right back into your BS.
He was Captain Save-A-Ho. Captain Save-A-Ho, absolutely. He saved everybody in a BS.
Yeah, because he saved the daughter.
The daughter.
What she was going through. He saved the son because he got into it at the club or whatever.
He saved the son. He saved the daughter. The wife number 2. Mm-hmm. The wife number 3.
Yeah, he helped her get away.
He helped both of them. Like, mm-hmm. You did a lot of helping. Even when wife 1, 2, and 3, you had to put him out. You had to get her away. Yeah. And then you had to pretend to be married to another one. Yeah. And raise his kid.
That's some loyalty.
So it is. It's a lot of loyalty.
Now, would you lie for your sister, lie for your brother, like how he did? No.
No. Because I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to live for me. Yeah. I can't live for you. Yeah. And if you fuck up, you fuck up. I strongly believe in right is right and wrong is wrong. Mm-hmm. And there's no way that anybody that I know, if I know that this your child, you better tell them before I do. And I'm telling you, my story ain't going to be cute. Because don't let me have to tell your story. But that's a big thing. I tell people all the time, don't tell your truth, because you don't want nobody to tell your story for you. Yeah. You just absolutely don't. You never want somebody to tell your story, regardless of what it is. If people appreciate you, mm-hmm. if you're a good person, people appreciate you. People know that you're kind-hearted. People know that you mean well. There's absolutely nothing nobody can do that could make you look bad in anybody's eyes if you tell your own truth.
unless they just lying on you. But let's get into the siblings. The one sister that lived with the rich family, and then you had the other sister who's living with the side chick mama, who is living not the same glamorous life. All along, she's pretending to be like a favorite cousin to her sister, knowing that's her sister, but all along she's envious of her. She's jealous of her. She's just mad that you get the little life that I should be living too, and I have to sit back and watch. And for her to go and, because you're so jealous of your sister, and your sister have no idea of what's going on, it's your daddy's fault, but you go sleep with your sister boyfriend. Well, let me correct myself. She did not sleep with the sister boyfriend. She gave her sister boyfriend brain and got caught at the house doing it.
And she was proud of it.
And was very proud of it.
She was proud of it.
You know, I think that I never had these problems with my sibling growing up.
Of course not.
No problems at all. But I wonder, in real life, you have sisters. I wouldn't understand this scenario. But to be a sibling or a favorite cousin and to be so jealous or so envious of your sister that you would go and steal something like that, you know, like to do something like that with her boyfriend, knowing that she loved his boy. How often do stuff like that happen?
It happens. It happens. I just know, like, when I grew up, me and my sister was hood, and I was not. We did not talk to the same type of guys, like, whatsoever. And then my youngest sister, she's like quite a few years younger. So when we was in the boy stage, she wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that issue. I did have some play cousins, but even then,
play cousins as in your girl play cousins, or play cousins that you used to hump on that was not your cousins?
No, girl play cousins that, you know, we grew up
and y'all just pretended to be cousins.
We just pretended to be cousins.
Okay.
We didn't even, I don't even think we ever had, now we didn't have an issue then. Like, we probably seen somebody that thought it was cute, and as a group of us, we might all be like, oh, he cute. But I don't think none of us ever pursued the same. Yeah, we never had a competition issue with anybody. So I can't say it was a thing. You know, I can't say it was a thing. I don't know if I've ever dated anybody that nobody behind me dated that same person. Not that I know of. And even if it did happen, I don't think I dated nobody back in the day that I could give two shits about if somebody else was dating them.
Right. Okay, so I want to jump into the boys on the movie, right?
Okay.
He's not really their cousin because that's her son before she got with Joe. Because that boy wasn't Joe's son or whatever. But he's like their cousin. And then the other son, the one who slept with the girl at the end at the daddy funeral.
Okay.
Now, the son, Joe's son, I felt like he didn't have self-identity. He didn't know himself. And a lot of times we see these platforms and people talk about women, they talk about dating, but nobody never talks about like how boys develop or how they find their personality or how they go into their manhood. Now, he kind of just bullied his son and was like, you weak or whatever. And he had this cousin. The cousin see it like, oh, you like this girl, you don't know what to do. And he slides him Molly in the club and was like, oh, this is going to boost up your confidence, your self-esteem. I would not want my kid hanging out with somebody that's going to give him drugs.
You know, the dad was like, stop hanging around him. Stop hanging around him. Because the dad told him, stop hanging around him. And then he was like, but again, we're going to go back to, as a father, what are you teaching your kid anyway? Can you tell me anything? Like, do you feel like you have the wherewithal to be able to look at me and tell me what I can and cannot do? No, you're a piece of shit man, and you're going to tell me what I can and cannot do?
Baby, he tried to book up to his daddy. Like, one, you can't fight. You couldn't even beat up the dude at the club. You weak just like your daddy. But it was like he wanted to be a man.
Yeah.
He really tried to be a man, but I don't think he knew like where to start at to becoming a man. Like, you think, okay, I want to be. That's the problem with y'all men, y'all young men. Like, y'all are self-motivated, not even self-motivated. Y'all are motivated by women. Everything about that little boy was he wanted to do it for this girl. Everything about Jonas, it was about a woman. And men complain about oh, women ain't nothing but gold diggers. They all want money. But guess what? Y'all throw the money at the women knowing that they out there reaching for it. Like, if you want a woman that's going to give you more than just taking from you, or the woman, the last girl and the third wife, they clearly wanted you for your money and took your money. Because even when he left the third wife and went back to the first wife, she stayed in the house. Then she secured the bag by having them kids, if those was his kids, because she was messing with the preacher, remember?
Yeah.
So did we confirm if those was even his kids that his wife is raising?
No.
Like, this dude was a real pimp. A real pimp. You got your brother raising your first daughter. You know, you over here got the first wife raising your side chick. No, your third. Girl, it's just too much. I can't even keep up. But he had a lot going on. And at the end of the day, you lied, you cheated, you beat, you manipulated, you mistreated, and you had a slow, miserable death. The girl you sitting there and left your family with, because you could have been good with the 2 wives or the 3 wives, but no, you had to get the young girl who is cheating on you. You in there boo-booing on yourself, and she's screwing the boy in the next room.
Yeah.
Now, what's the boy she was screwing in the room? Was that her original boyfriend, or a whole random dude?
This was somebody else. This was some random.
So she done gave it to somebody else. Now the whole little town finna be infested.
Yeah, so I seen that, and then, but you know what got me is because when she took him to the hospital, when he went to the hospital, the wife came and said, call me, I'll come get him. You know, when he was in the hospital, I'll take care of him. Mm-hmm. And she told him that, I'll take care of you. And it was so odd that he kept saying the young girl was going to take care of him.
Mm-hmm. And that was pride.
Yeah, and then when she dropped him off, was like, come get your husband. It's time for you to take care of him.
No, she said, come get our man, I think she said.
At her book signing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, come get her. Yeah, I think I'm our man, whatever. When she did that, it was like, still, you at home, sitting there, you can't climb up no stairs. You sitting in a wheelchair and you holler about, call her.
They remind me of Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah, but you want somebody. Yeah, you want somebody to come get you that just drop you off. That what made you? How did you even have the audacity or the mental capacity to feel like she just dropped me off, but she supposed to come back and get me?
Now we see where the secret daughter gets her mentality from. You over here in the house and your pretend dad/uncle is taking care of you, but you just can't even appreciate the love that you're getting from him and how much he's doing to take care of you, that you want the love from this man so bad, and he don't even want you. Your daddy the same way. He ain't did nothing but did like the little gremlins, draw water here, and the little babies pop out, and they just like him. The son's stupid like him, sleeping with a girl that you know sleeping with everybody, that's passing out diseases to everybody, but you just want to like, yeah, you took her from me, so I'm going to get you back. I'm going to screw her at your funeral. Now you just stupid. The daughter doing all of this promiscuous stuff, all because, like, all of these people, he left a trail of hurt people behind him.
Yeah, I feel like who hurt the most was that first daughter. Because I feel like she hurt more than...
She thought she had a relationship with him.
Yeah, I think she hurt more than Joyce.
Yeah.
Joyce may have had, like I said, more going on, but you can really tell that as a kid, that played a lot. Like watching her mama go back and forth with her dad, and
she left the house because of that.
She went to college.
Yeah, she left. She left early to go to college.
Yeah, and then bringing the second wife in, and then you finding out about your best friend, and then you finding out about the cousin is actually your daughter, and
your
then
sister.
Your sister
that slept with your boyfriend.
That slept with your boyfriend. And then you watching all of this go back and forth. But
and then they still had the little baby.
But she's still out of the loop. Like the son knew what was going on because the son was a part of the plan, but the daughter didn't know no part of the plan, so she left out of all of this. So she just getting the back end of everything. And you can tell, like, she had a boy in front of her that had grown to like fall in love with her, and she was like, no, I can't.
She got trust issues.
Yep.
And I think parents don't think about the things that happen to their children. And I asked my dad this, and I was joking but I was for real, but I was joking. I was like, you know my mama crazy, but you trusted this crazy woman to raise your kids. What's wrong with y'all? Like, what's wrong with men? Y'all, you don't even want to deal with this. Not my daddy and my mama, but in general, like, you don't want to deal with this person, but you will leave your kids there and let somebody take care of them or whatever. Like, Joyce had just had a baby. He messed her up in the mind because she was thinking, like, the last time I got pregnant and had a baby, he left me for this other woman. But that other woman didn't think about it. When you slept with him, he had just had a baby, and you think that he finna come be here with you, girl. He wasn't even with his wife when she had a baby. You think he care about them kids over there that you had?
Yeah, he didn't know what was going on, but I think they should have had a conversation. They should have had a conversation. If you was gonna let her come stay with you anyway, you should have just went on ahead and said, man, look, what's going on? Let me tell you how he really is with these kids. Why you think you want this man so bad?
No, don't warn her nothing. You want my man, you could figure it out, because I didn't know he was a dog. I was in love, and I'm thinking that we got 20 years going in, that we finna have this happy family, but then he over here having a whole nother relationship with you. So just like I had to find out and get my heart broken, I'm not sparing you. You can find out on your own, and you deserve everything that comes with this man, because that's what you get for choosing to be with a married man.
Yeah. So in closing, I would say
closing,
I didn't realize how many Is This Your Man
that group
there's so many groups on Facebook. Is this your man? Are we dating the same man? And the T app and all of these different things where you can go and find out if you dating somebody else. And I feel like I appreciate the women that are out here blasting, people. I feel like I have mixed feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? But because it didn't work for you, that don't mean it's not gonna work for somebody else. But let's find out if we dating the same person.
I think we're gonna continue to have that problem with that, because you have women that are okay with being the side pieces. It makes them feel probably, I don't know, like they doing something. But men are going to continue to be dogs. They're going to continue to be horny, old, dirty men, because you're going to have some low self-esteem woman that is going to allow it. So what's the point of having this group if that's your man? But then you, as the woman, when you find out that your man is with somebody else, you still be with him. There's no consequences. You ain't did nothing to make him consider, like, I don't want to do this. Because if he love you, he don't want to see you hurt. He just showed you that he don't care about you, so why are you still with him? So what's the point of having these groups if the woman, when she find out that it is her man that's sleeping with somebody else, she still take him back? Women, men, if they cheat on you, they don't care about you, leave them alone and go be with somebody that's going to appreciate you, or just be by yourself. It's that simple. Then you ain't got to worry about nobody having no kids on you. You ain't got to worry about somebody sending somebody to infect your person. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be the side piece. And don't be the horn dog.
Now I second that motion. Second that motion.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on Lay It on the Line. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Lay It on the Line. It's been real.
Hello. Hey, it's your girl Ine Devine with Lay It on the Line. When you go on our YouTube, I have a segment called Lay It on the Line, No Love Lost. In that particular segment, you'll hear me go over clips about relationships, how to manage them, how to navigate through them, and how do you know when it's time to let it go. For any other details, look us up, follow us. Have a great day.
Lay it on the line, talk through my problems, let's try resolving them. Should we even try? Me